soaring hotel rates to $9 coffees. Inflation is hitting hard and fewer tourists are traveling.
You're going to find out very quickly that people don't want to pay $70 for parking.
You pay $40 for early check-in, and then you are hit with a $50 resort fee on top of a $200 hotel room fee per night. Need to withdraw more money from the ATM? You get an $18 per transaction ATM fee, and the bank hasn't even taken out their cut yet. By the time you check out, you realize that you have to pay some weird service fee and other hidden fees for Wi-Fi, gym access, or local calls, even if you didn't use any of the services. So what happened to the playground for grown-ups, where you could get free drinks by just playing and score $1.99 buffets? Who benefits when everything around you is designed to milk every dollar out of your wallet? Yeah, this is how you are being scammed of your money as it goes into a CEO's pocket. 1. Resort fees, the scam that started it all. If there's one thing that's turned Las Vegas from a dream getaway into a tourist trap, it's the infamous resort fee. There was a time when Vegas was known for cheap $29 rooms and tons of freebies. But then, the big casino corporations figured out they could make more money by hiding costs instead of offering deals. Now, almost every hotel on the Strip adds a resort fee every night, usually between $35 and $50, plus tax, which isn't even shown in the price when you book. So, you think you've got a $99 room? Surprise, your total shoots up to $160 before you even check in. And what do you actually get for this so-called resort charge? Slow Wi-Fi, a gym you'll probably never use, and maybe a small bottle of water? At this rate, it's basically legal pickpocketing, and it all goes into the pockets of these hotel owners. The Federal Trade Commission says these fees bring in hundreds of millions of dollars every year. But while Wall Street celebrates, tourists feel robbed, and it's starting to show. Families and budget travelers, the people who built Vegas, are staying away. Even mid-tier casinos have seen sharp drops in bookings since 2023, much of it linked to fee fatigue. Yet these resort fees don't just hurt tourists. They hurt the whole city. Empty rooms mean fewer gamblers, fewer restaurant customers, and fewer tips for workers. It's a chain reaction, because by the time guests realize their $99 vacation costs twice as much, the excitement is gone, and so is the urge to even return. And sadly, that's just the start. Because if you thought resort fees were bad, wait until you see the everyday basics that Vegas is now charging for fees that make even loyal gamblers question if Sin City is worth it anymore. 2. Parking fees. For decades, Las Vegas had one golden rule that everyone loved: free parking. It was simple and smart, since the casinos knew the real money wasn't in the parking lots. It was inside, waiting to be spent on slot machines, card tables, and expensive drinks. So why charge people to leave their cars when you could tempt them to spend thousands inside instead? But everything changed in 2016. That's when MGM Resorts broke the tradition and announced that parking, yes, just leaving your car in a big garage in the desert, would now cost between $15 and $25 per day, depending on the hotel. Caesars and other major casino chains quickly joined in. Following this stunt, the public reaction was immediate and furious. Locals swore they'd never go to the Strip again, and tourists complained about being nickel and dimed before even stepping through the doors. But despite all that outrage, the fees stayed, and they kept climbing. Now, on busy weekends or during big events, parking in Vegas can cost as much as $30 to $50 a day, almost the same as parking in downtown Los Angeles or Manhattan. And here's the frustrating part. Even if you spend hundreds of dollars gambling, most casinos still won't reward you with free parking. This might not sound like a big deal to cities like New York, but Vegas is different because it's a city people drive to. Road trippers from California, locals from nearby Henderson or Summerlin, and visitors from Arizona or Utah all rely on their cars, and they're the ones getting hit hardest by these new parking fees. According to the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, the number of drive-in visitors has dropped sharply since 2019. Surveys show that extra costs, especially parking, are one of the top reasons people are choosing not to come. Because think about it. A couple drives 4 hours from Los Angeles, excited for a fun weekend. But then they see a $40 parking fee. Suddenly, they feel ripped off before the fun even begins. That small frustration plants a seed of resentment. And resentment is poison in a city that once thrived on generosity. Even the casinos admit it's not about convenience. It's all about profit. MGM alone now earns over $100 million a year, just from parking. But that short-term gain comes with a long-term cost: loyalty. Locals now prefer off-strip casinos that still offer free parking. And some tourists are skipping Vegas entirely, heading to places like Laughlin or Reno, where parking isn't used as another cash grab. And if paying to park feels bad, just wait until you see other ridiculous hidden fees that almost double your expenses. 3. Convenience fees, the silent wallet killer. Let's say you order a simple burger and fries in Las Vegas. When the bill comes, you notice a strange extra line called a concession recovery fee, or service charge. Even though you carried your own food from the counter, there it is looking at you in that tiny font. This isn't a joke. It's the new normal in Vegas. Restaurants, bars, and even coffee shops along the Strip are quietly adding these extra convenience fees, usually between 4% and 8%, to your total bill. The wildest part is that these charges aren't tips for workers or taxes for the city. They're just free extra money for the house. Most customers either don't notice or feel too awkward to question it. But it adds up fast, since more than 60% of visitors feel confused or misled by surprise add-ons during their trip. This hits hard because Vegas used to be known for honesty and indulgence. If a cocktail was $1.99, it was exactly $1.99. No tricks. Now, every sandwich, soda, or beer feels like a bait and switch. Someone might plan to spend $20 on lunch, but after fees and taxes, the bill ends up closer to $27. For a family of 4 eating out 3 times a day, that's hundreds of unexpected dollars over a few days. And it doesn't stop with food. These sneaky fees are creeping into everything, including show tickets, club entries, and pool parties. You might see a $75 ticket online, but by checkout, it's $115 after facility and service fees. Even bottled water can come with an electronic processing fee if you pay by card instead of cash. For this reason, the backlash has been fierce. The city's once powerful reputation, built on excitement and good value, is now being chipped away. And the worst part is that these tiny charges hurt more than one big fee would. Psychologists call it friction cost fatigue. It means people get so tired of being hit with little losses that they just give up. So if grabbing a soda makes tourists feel cheated, imagine how they'll react when they realize that even gambling, the heart of Vegas itself, now has hidden costs too. Before we continue, please subscribe to this channel to get updates on our next Las Vegas video. 4. Gaming fees and reduced payouts. For the longest time, Las Vegas promised the best odds in America for gamblers. You could sit at a blackjack table, order a free drink, and trust that the game was fair. But today, even that promise is fading. The games themselves are now full of hidden costs, and it's pushing regular players away faster than ever. Let's start with blackjack. For years, a natural blackjack paid 3-2. If you bet $20, you'd win $30. Straightforward and fair. But on much of the Strip today, casinos quietly changed the payout to 6-5, making that same $20 hand now win you only $24. It might not sound like much, but over time, it's a big deal. That small change increases the house edge by nearly 2%, giving the casino a much bigger advantage. For the casual player, it feels like a small detail, but for anyone who spends hours at the tables, it's like paying an invisible tax on every single bet. Then, there are the new table game fees. Some casinos now charge players $1 or $2 per hand on electronic blackjack and roulette machines. Imagine paying extra just to place your bet, like paying admission every time you want to play a round. Even poker isn't safe anymore. Poker rooms have quietly raised their rake, the casinos cut from each pot. That means it's harder than ever for casual players to walk away winners. But it gets even worse. Slot machines, once known for their loose payouts, have tightened up too. Data from the Nevada Gaming Control Board shows that strip slot machines now pay out just 85% to 88%, among the lowest in the state. Meanwhile, off-strip casinos often pay 93% to 95%, making tourists catch on after realizing they get better odds in smaller towns like Laughlin or Reno. And remember those free drinks? They're not really free anymore either. Casinos now use voucher systems or drink monitoring lights that track your play, meaning that if you're not betting enough, your free cocktail never arrives. What used to be a fun Vegas perk has become yet another way to squeeze guests for more money. While casino CEOs make more money on this, the long-term result is a growing sense of betrayal as gamblers feel cheated and don't feel the need to return. To these clients, it's not just about losing money. It's about losing trust, because when even gambling, the heart of Las Vegas, starts to feel like a scam, people stop coming. And sadly, there's still one last fee, the one that perfectly shows why Vegas feels emptier than ever. 5. The Vegas Premium. This isn't just one fee, but an entire culture of extra charges that has slowly turned Las Vegas from a place of generosity into a city built on squeezing every dollar out of visitors just to enrich the CEOs. Economists call it drip pricing. Tourists call it the Vegas Premium. Regardless, it's draining the soul out of the city. You book a room for $99, but once the resort fee, parking, and taxes hit, it jumps to $180. You buy lunch for two that should cost $40, but after concession fees and boosted tip suggestions, it becomes $60. You find show tickets listed at $100, yet by checkout, they're $150 each. Add rigged 6 to 5 blackjack payouts on top of that, and Vegas quietly takes a little more at every step until the whole trip feels like death by 1,000 cuts. Or as one Reddit user put it, I am already broke before I hit Vegas. Resort fees, parking fees, overpriced food, travel expenses, and the damage is showing everywhere. Foot traffic on the Strip is shrinking. Mid-tier hotels report lower occupancy, and nearby competitors, from California tribal casinos to Gulf Coast destinations like Biloxi, are attracting the frustrated travelers. What makes all this so harmful isn't only the money, but also the broken promise. Vegas used to be the place where the little guy felt like a big shot. Free drinks, cheap meals, and fair games created an illusion of generosity that people loved. Now, visitors leave saying one thing: we got scammed. And when a city built on reputation loses trust, everything empties from tables, theaters, to sidewalks. The neon lights may still glow, but the magic is fading. Leave your thoughts in the comment section and click here to check out another video, and make sure to subscribe to my channel.